Yeah, I need to get my fridge fixed so I can have cold beer again.
Dude, I cannot believe what you went through. You have to share that. That's going to be our opening story.
We'll talk a little bit about that. You know what, though? Have you taken the time to pull the refrigerator out?
Not yet. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Well, here's the thing. All right, well, it's December 7th. It's the first week of December.
It is.
It's Christmassy.
Christmassy?
It's Christmassy. Christmas.
Okay, well, first off, you're wearing your Christmas shirt.
Yes.
But the last podcast, you were like, I've been thinking of it so magical. I'm a kid. It's magical. Christmas is awesome. This year, fuck it.
What are you talking about? I'm wearing my shirt right now.
Okay.
Are you more into the Christmas spirit now?
Okay, this is a total 180 from where you were last week. We laughed our asses off when you were like...
Is that Steve Perry?
It's like, don't stop believing is my shirt with Santa Claus on the top of it. So, all right, well, you know what? Dudes Like Us moment, you need to know. Well, first of all, Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
And welcome to our show. It's the second half of December 2nd. And I am a little spirited because...
you shot 120 proof, like a 2-ounce shot of it.
Well...
Yeah.
So
listeners, soak up as much Sean as you can in the next 10 minutes because he's going to go quiet. It's just going to be Jeff and I.
It's going to go quick. Yeah, but we got some great things to talk about. But I want to talk about a Dudes Like Us thing because this all falls into do-it-yourself home fixings. And I'm going to share with you guys a few things that you could take a look at when it comes to your refrigerator going out. Jeff, unfortunately...
Tragedy.
Fuck, man.
It was
Jeff,
a tragic.
Dude, so...
We need a moment of silence on this one.
Yeah.
We're in Texas. I don't know if they have this congruently throughout the United States, but here in Texas, you can buy a fucking cow and have it sliced and diced. Well, Paul and Jeff went... I was supposed to go in, but I backed out or I didn't... Well, whatever. So Paul and Jeff went in on a cow.
We bought half a cow.
They bought half a cow, and they divvied up the meat. Jeff had it in his refrigerator freezer, and the fucking thing died, and he lost all of his meat.
Yep.
Yeah. Apparently,
about
he
half
goes
of it.
into
Long
his
story short,
he goes into his refrigerator, I think, once every 14 days.
No, it's like
well, the freezer. I don't access that.
Here's the thing. We
I'm
opened
giving you a
up
hard
the
time.
last week during the podcast. We went in the refrigerator, and we were like, these beers aren't really warm.
Yeah, the beer's not real cold. I didn't put it together.
Oh shit! I didn't.
Yeah, remember that?
Keep in mind, I didn't drink last week.
Yeah.
If I had tried the beer, I'd been like, dude, your beer sucks.
Yeah, your beer's a little subpar. Oh yeah, you would have totally.
Okay,
got your
neither
cock
one of
feathers
you.
all
Then
up
that's
in a
on
roar.
you guys. You had a warning sign.
We did.
We're not as. You are
Unbelievable.
not as passive as we are. You're the
Man.
finicky one.
I'd have jumped on it.
You're the bitch.
I'd have put on my tool belt and my headlamp.
Speaking of putting
And
on
I
your
would have
tool
run
belt
out into the
and your
garage.
headlamp, that's exactly what, in my opinion, you should do. Here's the thing. In your garage specifically, we have so much woodwork that we've done.
Oh, yeah.
There is so much dust that's in the air. It's in my fantastic opinion that your compressor fan is clogged like a motherfucker.
Well, when we get a chance, we'll pull it out and look at it.
Pull that thing out and blow it, that fan area all out, and who knows, that thing may spark up because refrigeration systems that set like that forever will almost never go bad. You know, the refrigerator in my garage is 20 years old.
Right.
20 fucking years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's there's not a whole lot of action. You have a lot of dust in your garage.
So-
I'm almost
so-
sure that's what it is.
So this weekend, if we have time, let's pull it out, vacuum it, hose it, or whatever we want. I got an air compressor downstairs. We can blast the shit out of it.
I think that's what it is. It could have been the fan that went out. I didn't, but look, for dudes like us out there, you do have a refrigerator that goes out. It's not the end of the world. 90% of the time when these things go out, there's an obstruction that is inhibiting the flow of air. Because if you understand how refrigerators work, there is a compressor that compresses a system that uses Freon, and the Freon collapsing, the expansion, and what is it? What's the opposite of expansion?
Contraction.
Expanding and contraction.
Contraction.
That causes heat to dispel, and it causes the pipes to cool, which causes your refrigerator. So when that compressor gets overheated, then it stops working.
Right.
So that fan is the catalyst that keeps it, and that fan is 9 times out of 10. That fan is the problem. The little fucking $20 fan down there.
Well, I'm all in. Well, we could pull that out of there. There's nothing in there anymore except a case of beer and a couple of bottles of
Yeah,
other
that we
beer.
couldn't drink because it's fucking hot.
Yeah.
And it's good beer.
I had to bring over cold beer.
I know.
God, the
God
inhumanity.
forbid that.
So
I
so
know.
let me share my story. So my parents' cabin up in Colorado, we've been complaining for a while that is just on the refrigerator side, not that it's kind of cool, not cold, cool, and on the freezer side, kind of what the refrigerator side should be like, right? So
Right,
it's cold,
That makes
but
sense.
it's just not. It doesn't sound like it's efficient. So we're like, okay, it's dying, right? So we order a refrigerator. And I keep in mind, every time we go up there, we got to plan it, right? Because we got to be there at a certain time. If things are going to be delivered, we got to be there. We got to know when it's going to be delivered, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, total meltdown on the delivery of the refrigerator.
Did it get lost?
Yeah, it got lost. And I was like, you know what? F it. Cancel it. Just cancel it. And so now we're like back to square zero. We don't have a new one coming. So what are we going to do? So we just started to take a look at it. Sure enough, we pulled it out. We got into the freezer side of it. And there's like a wall, right? There's a wall at the back of the freezer side, and we took that out. There was 3 to 4 inch block of ice. So the entire
Jesus, Paul, what'd you do? Shake the whole fucking case
it's
on the way over
on-
here?
well, yeah, he opened my
You're spooging all over yourself. over
yeah,
there.
he opened my
man.
beer and it came all over him.
It did.
Yeah, nice.
I'm a little
Yeah, it's all in your beard too. It's kind of gross.
Now you're all moist.
You are moist. I'm not. I'm deliberately tearing my eyes away. It's hard somehow. Anyway, so yeah, there was a 3-inch block of ice. So this is the way it works. The air from the freezer works its way into the refrigerator side.
Correct.
And if the air doesn't make it out of the freezer, it doesn't make it to the refrigerator side, right? I mean, that's
Right.
in theory.
No, that's exactly how
No,
it
that's-
works.
The one downstairs works that way as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and so what we did was we pulled the back off and we freaking spent an hour chipping the ice out.
Yeah.
Chipped it all out.
Well, I'm all in
Cleaned
for
it all
looking at it
out.
down there. And I tell you what, one thing I'm going to get, they have monitors.
Oh yeah, moving
you
forward,
bought
for
it.
sure,
Yeah, you bought one.
No, I'm going to.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, not yet. So they have monitors that you put in your freezer and you set the temperature if it gets above 37 degrees or whatever.
It's kind of like a grill thing.
Yeah. Send me a warning.
If the
So I don't
temperature
find
gets-
out 3 days later that all my meat is thawed and it's now warm, right? So now I got to throw away $500 worth of meat.
you know what I think you should have done, and I know this is probably going to just pain you, but I think
Cook it all?
I think you should have like how when they an Amish barn raising.
I wasn't going to eat any of that.
Really?
I wasn't going to. No, it was
Well,
warm.
hold on.
I think you should have said, Sean, start cooking. Paul, start cooking.
It's warm meat.
For
For days.
Was it really warm or cool?
It was warm because it was
Okay.
blowing warm air in there. And it was for days, at least 2 days. I'm not going to eat that.
I would have.
No, I'm not.
I think I might have.
I'm not.
It's a great stew.
And it's sealed. That was sealed
No,
meat.
some of them were broke.
Okay,
Some
well,
were leaking
okay, well,
all
that-
kinds of
okay,
shit.
okay, I get that. But the ones that were sealed,
No, I wouldn't have. No.
Well,
it's
in
kind of
retrospect-
pointless to bring it up now. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
well, first of all,
That would have been kind of fun.
Jeff is.
I'm very anal about my meat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not just
What-
meat,
did you
but
take
just
a food
food.
course or something that
No,
really
I don't
tainted
know. I've
you?
gotten food poisoning before, so I don't
Oh,
know.
is
It
that
may
what
not
it
even be
is?
related to that, but I'm picky about shit sitting on the counter.
No, I get it. I
you
get
know
it.
what?
I respect that. It's all good. It's all
But here's the
respect that.
thing. I mean, I've learned that it doesn't matter at the end of the day because there are people that eat raw chicken, and they're absolutely fine. There are people that eat raw eggs all the time, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna get sick."
Well,
No.
you could keep eggs at room temperature as long as they still have the vagina juice on them, from what I understand.
And you could seal them up too.
Do you say vagina juice?
Well, I mean, you put something what they would consider like an oil. You rub them down with oil, and you put it on there. It's so the membrane. Those eggs are porous in a microscopic
I
way.
see what you're saying. Yes,
Like
out of-
freshly
yes.
freshly
Yes.
Squeezed out eggs don't have to be refrigerated.
Correct, because they have a natural coating on them.
Yeah.
Some type
They
of
have
juice.
what they call vaginal juice.
No, it's like symbiotic.
Vag juice.
Okay,
yes.
okay. I forget what the official term is.
No, it's
Yeah.
called,
Don't chickens give
It's,
birth
I
through their
think it's-
buttholes
I think it's snatch.
through the same hole?
well, it's the same hole. It's not a butthole, so it's essentially a hole that the
Yeah.
chicken passes things through.
Everything.
Right, a chicken snatch.
God.
Oh Jesus!
Terrible.
What happened?
Chicken snatch.
What?
All right, look.
What, what did I say?
Look. All right, look. We are you done with your story?
Are we drinking a bourbon? A very nice bourbon.
Because here's the thing: we have to chat about this bourbon because I've been saving this bourbon forever.
On the heels of chicken snatch, let's talk about this very special bourbon.
God bless it. Here's the thing, man. We've been saving this bourbon forever because I had to be a special podcast because I met this lady that. So let me back up a little bit, and I'll try to get to the story quick. With my job, as I say all the time, I have to travel. So I traveled, and I was in Amarillo, I think.
Amarillo.
Yeah, I was in Amarillo, and as I shared, I zigzag and I check out different stores to find the unicorn bourbons. And I pull up to the store, and I've got my Netflix on. I'm just sitting there in the car, and I'm like, "Ooh, what's going to happen?" I've got like, the Breaking Bad series on.
That's what you're
I didn't
watching.
want to turn it
Breaking
off
Bad.
right away, and this car pulls up. It's a nice car, and this blonde chick steps out. I'm like, "Hey, now." So she got a little dog, and she picks the dog up. I'm like, that's interesting. And in Amarillo, out in the middle of fucking nowhere. All right, well that's cool. So I step out and I follow her in the car to the place, and she's kind of walking in like she owns the fucking place. And I'm like, and she's like,
This woman's got attitude.
oh yeah. And I was like, oh, well,
Confidence.
That's kind of cool. Maybe she does own the place. I don't fucking know. And me being the quasi connoisseur or sommelier of bourbons, I'm kind of walking in. We got the what do we got in this corner over
You
here?
acting like Bill Cosby.
And
the blue Bill Cosby.
so I'm looking, and she's like, "Oh, where's the Milam Green?" I'm like, "It's right over here. It's right here in this section here." And I was like, "Oh, I've tried all those. We have all those."
Yeah.
We do a podcast. We talk about bourbon. And anyways, we start talking.
I'm really hoping you didn't talk in that.
I didn't have
in
a
that
list.
voice. Yeah, I don't know what voice that was, but
I was like, I was having a podcast. Well, anyway, so I talked with her for like maybe 2 minutes.
Right.
And I'm just like, just share with her, hey, look, I'm from Dallas, and I'm best friends with these two idiots, and we have a hobby where we do a podcast and we talk about bourbon and shit that dudes like us do all the time. And that it's dudes like us talking about dudes like us to dudes like us. This is the premise of the whole podcast,
Right.
because that's what life is all about. It's about sharing your story, and hopefully, the more people we get involved in this, the more congruent we can get with the whole society and figure out what the fuck is going on and how to tie this. So she was like, "Oh, that's interesting." She kind of alluded to that she had some experience in the radio realm or the advertising realm somewhat.
Right.
She's like, "Oh, I get it. I mean, I used to hang around some radio folks or something like that." Her name is Marsha Marsha, and she had a little dog. It was cute as hell. I forget what the hell it was. It was a small little. What is my dog?
Chihuahua.
No, what is my
A
dog?
shit poo or
It's a
something like
multi-poo or
that.
something like that. Yeah, like a shit poo or multi-poo or something like that. It was cute as fuck. And so that was that. And then she comes over and she was just like, "Well, I'm gonna buy you a bottle of bourbon." And I'm like, "Why?" That was odd. Why are you buying me a bottle of bourbon? And she hands me her card, and her name's Marsha Marsha, and I'm not putting it together right away. And all of a sudden, I'm like, Milam and Green. I'm like, what?
you're like, "There's no way."
Oh, Milam and Green. And so I'm like, thank you very much. That's awesome. I start talking about the podcast. You're welcome to come on. She says, I'll love to come on. I was like, well, we might take you up on that. Just wait for my little email. So, anyways, we are drinking the bourbon, or it's actually a rye whiskey.
It's a rye, yeah.
That she gave us. And so it's a 94 proof.
But hold on, you didn't you skipped over the punchline. She is
The
Milam.
owner. Yeah,
She's Milam. She is Milam Green.
Yeah,
She's
I don't know
Milam.
who still is.
She's the owner.
Yeah, well, that was huge.
I know, but I'm saying you skipped over the punchline.
Well, I mean, I was kind of. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I was a little toasty from our first half. God bless. I can't believe that, man.
you went out of the gate hard.
Did you show her your junk?
Wow.
Whoa. I don't remember. I don't think so. I wasn't drinking.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I wasn't drinking.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
So hold on.
Got a free
When
bourbon bottle out
when
of
you
it.
walk into liquor stores, is that what you do?
Well, he got paid.
Hi.
So-
Hey, everybody.
My name is Jeff, and here's my junk.
And check out my
Hell,
junk.
dude.
And
No,
do
I
you
did
have any
not.
unicorns?
That's
What-
You an Eagle Rare?
Is that a normal thing?
Yeah, we do have your unicorn, and
What the-
it'll
Well,
be here
we've
in just
never
a
gotten
second.
we've never gotten a free bottle of bourbon. He has. I was
Well,
just
maybe he
asking.
was showing his junk.
That's what I
don't
mean.
know.
That's what I was asking.
What do you
I
think of
think
my
she was
junk?
just being nice.
Huh. Okay, so you met the owner.
Oh, dude, seriously, I was pitching a tent, but I was trying to contain myself
Well, virtual.
inside. Yeah, virtual.
Yeah, like an emotional tent.
Oh, yeah, of course. Inside, I was like screaming. I was like, "Oh my god, I cannot believe one of the owners of Milam and Green just bought
That's
me a
huge.
bottle of fucking bourbon." And so we've been hanging on to it. We buy bourbons every single week. We go to Total Wine on Fridays with dudes like us, and we go talk to the guys out there, and we're like, "Hey, we got anything?" And they're like, "Yeah, we got this." We get text messages. We show up. You know, we constantly keep re-upping our queue of bourbons to
Yes.
put on the shelf to drink.
Of course.
And this one's been setting and setting and
Oh,
setting.
you've been waiting for the right moment.
I've been waiting. And
You've been
and-
waiting for the Chicken Snatch podcast.
Oh my, Jesus! I'm gonna have to. I don't know.
Now
if
we
I'm
have to
gonna
trash
admit
it. Now we have to dump this podcast.
that. Oh, look at that! What the hell,
drink it
Jeff?
again.
Give me.
What
I
are you
blame-
doing?
I
Good
blame Paul.
Lord.
Don't-
Again, this is why we don't do video.
God.
You know
All
what?
right, so Jeff's having like a beer orgasm
Jeff-
over here.
Well,
I
first
don't
of all,
know
Paul brings
what-
over a case of beer in some sort of, and he put
Time
it-
out. It's
No.
cold.
It is cold, but you brought it
beer.
to
Well, I
Home
don't know what
Depot
you did.
and had him shake it in the fucking painter
Cold beer.
mixer area first.
This beer has been literally sitting there for months.
Milam Green has truly shaken up the industry by harnessing a deep passion for whiskey, bringing so many different skills to the whiskey table. We're the only independent owned and operated company in America that openly embraces a multitude of traditional and innovative, making stunning spirit one label. I believe there's a little bit more literature over there that's cut off.
Yeah,
by that
that's not a
little-
complete sentence.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, our whiskey dream team embodies over 60 years of experience. More than anyway. So where's the rye section?
I'm
so
glad
we're-
you
we're-
recognize that, Sean.
Yeah, I was
I'm
like,
glad you recognize it.
that down men's.
I was waiting for you to be like, that doesn't make sense, and I was thinking he probably isn't going to even notice.
Well,
After-
where's
after the first
rye
podcast.
part, Mr. Producer?
It's probably up there with our whiskeys.
There you go.
There it is.
So this the Indiana Rye whiskey is brought to Texas, where we batch it in our warehouses and finish it in old port wine casks.
Very nice.
The Texas sun
Son. Yeah.
influences the rate and strength of flavor imparted into the whiskey. Some casks take longer than others. The team tastes the whiskey finishing in the port wine casks regularly until the optimal flavors are achieved.
So is this MGP?
It is. Absolutely it is.
But that's what's so amazing about this, guys. I mean,
Yeah, well-
they're talking about how the Texas climate makes a major impact in the
Oh, yeah.
way
Yeah.
the
Well,
bourbon is finished.
Yep.
I mean, we're just not appreciating. I mean, maybe we do.
I think Marsha lives
most
in,
people- I should say-
in Austin, I believe.
Yeah, most people
Well,
don't appreciate the intricacies
I think so.
that
Well,
go
she said that.
into
I think. Yeah, I know. I think she's down. This is down in Bastrop, I think.
right. I'm just saying it's,
Anyways, I was
amazing.
excited that I met her, and after
that's
I
huge,
figured out
man.
who she was, it was kind of like, oh my god!
I'm sorry.
I cannot
How
believe-
many distillery owners have we met?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I have met the one out
Garrison
in
Bros.
Fredericksburg.
Garrison Brothers.
Garrison Brothers.
A
Yeah.
Somalian. You know what?
Yeah, and that was very brief.
Look,
and he
I-
was like, "Hey, thanks for coming." We were all on the little demo. And,
You're like
but-
podcast.
Yeah.
but that was at the distillery. You were just at the liquor
Dude,
store.
I was
At a
just
random
in a
Amarillo.
random place, but she was there for the same reason. She was there for a random thing. She was there to check to see if they put the newer stuff on the shelves.
Amazing.
You know, she was just doing quality and control. You know, a businesswoman.
Personally,
Personally, a businesswoman, the
How
owner
freaking
of
cool
the
is
company
that?
that's driving around, God bless, in Texas,
Amarillo.
checking out, in Amarillo, fucking Texas. What the hell's she doing there?
Right.
Well, I think it's a
Love
fairly small organization. You don't need a bunch of folks to have a distillery.
No, you don't.
No.
So it's probably.
I love it.
But she's
I-
driving a nice car.
I
Yeah.
love this story. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I love the
And I hope she would listen. I would hope she would come on
So
the
if
podcast.
you reached out to her, do you think she would remember this encounter?
I have no idea.
Probably not.
That was what, 6 months ago?
Mm,
was over the summer,
about
wasn't
6
it?
months. Yeah, I think it was
I mean,
March. I think it was March.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
To be fair, your junk is not that impressive, right?
Yeah,
Is that what it boils down to?
could be.
Well, well, the thing is, I do have her card, so I will extend it out. I'll say, hey, I met you. She may not even fucking remember me. I hope she does. And I hope she does
You know
travel down to Frisco, Texas, and join us on the podcast. Because I said, hey, man, look, we're open anytime.
I can
and
promise
she
you.
said, I would love to.
I was going to
And
say.
when she said that, I got super warm inside. And I was like, you know what? What a fantastic gesture.
I tell you what, there's not many moments she's had where she walks into her liquor store, her liquor store, well, not hers, but where she talks to somebody who talks about having a podcast that talks about bourbon. So
In
I would be
addition to that,
I would be surprised if she doesn't remember the
I
encounter.
of talked a little shit, just a little bit.
Oh,
And from the perspective, I was like, Mom,
Great.
you know, we bought this one, we bought this one, we bought that one, and we didn't buy any of these other because they're too expensive.
oh, so you were talking up her brand
Oh yeah. So we had because
because
we
that's
do.
legit. How many do we have?
We have 3 out there now.
There we go.
Yeah.
So you didn't lie.
No,
You didn't lie. Now there were some that we couldn't afford. Like
they're kind of pricey, some of them, but you know what? They taste fantastic.
what are the ones out there that we?
I don't remember.
At this point, there's nothing out of our price range because we're splitting.
Nothing is out of our price range.
That's right. Whistle Pig 25 year.
Hold on, we've got the bourbon.
Nothing is out of our price
Nothing.
range.
Not one
We've-
bourbon on the planet
We've got the bourbon
is outside of our price range.
We've got the white one. Hold on.
Ooh, that looks wonderful.
I think we have that one.
We have the bourbon whiskey, and then there's another type. Hold on. I saw the bottle there. Pull the bottle out of the cabinet. Which one is that?
There.
Ooh,
I think we have the white one, and it actually,
great labels.
I
by
think
the
they
way.
changed the name at some point.
They did.
I believe so.
What do you mean?
Because one of them here, I'll go get it real quick.
There we go.
All right, so we're looking on the computer right now, and it's pulling up 4 bottles. So it's the Milam Green bourbon whiskey, and then the Milam Green rye whiskey,
Okay.
and then it's the Milam Green, a blend
Blend.
of straight bourbon whiskey.
It's a blend. Okay.
Whiskeys. So and then you have
What does that say? It's kind of hard. Can you zoom in by chance?
What's
I
the one
wanna
on
see the far right
It's kind of a
bottle. Yeah.
goldish.
It says bourbon.
Well, it's 115 proof, so it's
Straight.
It's probably
Straight bourbon.
cask
Oh,
strength, the
damn.
distillery edition.
Okay, so that's just a.
Oh, and the other one is a triple cask strength. That's the reason why.
triple cast. Okay.
So does it have a different brand on there or
Okay.
label?
He has returned with the Milam in green,
There you go. We got the straight whiskey, which is the
far right.
Yeah,
Yep,
and
we got
90
that one.
proof. And then what was the
Very
other one?
nice. Very nice.
That is the triple cask.
Yeah, the triple cask was actually really tasty.
So actually, we have all except the white one. I thought we had the white one.
We've got
But look
everything
at the
except
name-
single barrel.
But look at the name of that one.
It's Ben Milam.
Correct. That was the first one of the. That was one of the first bottles we ever bought.
I'm kind of interested. Do you think that maybe was her
Really?
husband?
I don't know, but there are no Ben Milams anymore. It's Milam and Green now.
Oh, they changed. Oh, there. That's the woman you met.
Yeah, that's her. She's just cute as hell.
There she is, Marsha Milam. Marsha Marsha. Very nice.
Yeah. Anyways, it was cool. It was a cool thing to experience. And
Yeah,
you
I
know,
bet that
and
would have
when
been a
you-
wonderful experience.
And when you get back home and you start to collect, I pulled out the business card. And I was kind of oh shit, and then I've got the bourbon bottle, and I'm like oh my god, and I brought it over here right away because I was like I'm gonna drink it, so I'll make sure I brought it over here so it's safe.
Yeah.
And I've got the business card on my computer. I'll email her and hopefully share this podcast with her. And
We'll also say that we'd like to visit your facility.
Wonderful.
where's it located?
Yeah,
It's
where
down in
is it?
Bastrop, which is outside of
What the hell's
Austin.
that?
Down outside, kind of east of Austin and San Antonio.
Okay.
In that area over there.
Man,
Very
there's
nice.
no reason why we can't go down there. That's
Well, hold on. So
4
let's-
hours away.
So let's rate it. We haven't talked about it. It's a rye bourbon.
Well, Jeff
No, it's
poured a very healthy
Oh God, this is the
that's
strongest.
dose of.
By the way, this is the strongest pour of any bourbon we've ever had, and I,
mean,
don't
there's a-
really understand
all right,
that.
so we have a Glencairn glass, and Jeff is testing the tension of the liquid on top of.
So really, what happened?
It was.
Did you-
Sean's like, this one needs more.
Did you
This
have a
one needs-
seizure when you were pouring?
Well, one came out really heavy, so we're like, well,
oh,
we
you
know
got to
how-
match it. You got to match it,
gotta
yeah.
match.
And then you had another strong pour.
No,
Yes.
Jeff poured his strong. Let's get real, Jeff. He poured
No, it was
yours,
actually
which
yours.
was short.
It was
Okay.
actually
He
yours
poured
that was
mine,
strong.
which was okay.
Let's
then he
back up.
poured his super strong.
Yeah, so let me explain to our listeners how this works. We have 3 empty Glenclairens, right? And then you pour into one of them, and then you pour into the second one, and that's more than the first one. It's all right. We'll figure it out. Then you pour into the third one. Oh, way too much. And then you got to make the middle one and the left one match the right
Yeah.
one, and then too strong in that one, and too strong in that one, and then the next thing you know, all 3 glasses are overflowing.
They're basically full. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's basically how we start every podcast.
Wow.
And whoever's got a steady hand can do a better job.
My
Jeff-
hand was not steady this
Jeff
time.
apparently has some sort of like
Epilepsy.
Yeah, it was tonight.
what do you
was-
call it? You
it
have
was-
early. What do you call it when you
Parkinson's?
Yeah, you have early Parkinson's.
Good Lord.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't say that. There are a
I
lot
know.
of people
That's
out
a-
there that have
I know
Parkinson's.
that's a
that,
shitty thing to say.
you know,
so
well,
if you do, don't pour bourbon glasses.
well, if you do, you probably
the-
need to start smoking a lot of dope. Don't people with Parkinson's like?
do they benefit from dope
I
smoking?
have no idea.
Oh my gosh, I've seen some video where these guys are like just gyrating. I mean, they can't.
And then-
Gyrating?
Well, I misspoke. What they have like a glass in their hand. That's what I meant by
Shaking.
gyrating.
Shaking.
And they're trying to drink it. It's like shaking ridiculously, and they can't get it up to the mouth. They do a little bit of THC,
Really?
and 100% normal.
So does-
100, not
so-
99.
So does who's the kid from
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox.
Does he?
He's in bad shape.
I don't know, man. He's kind
does
of.
he do pot? I mean,
He may.
shit, I would if,
I mean,
if that's
he
what
may,
it
but he's-
solves the
he's-
problem.
He's been struggling with it for years, and he's
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, he said he couldn't act anymore.
yeah,
Basically,
he's having a hard time. His wife is beautiful too.
young. He got it young.
Yeah,
Like
look
what
at
was
him.
he? 50? Like
No, he was
45?
younger than that because he's slightly older than we are, right? He's not that much older than we are.
God, I remember Family Ties. I enjoyed the shit out of that show.
Yeah.
Guys, that could happen to any one of us. At
Yeah.
any
Teen
time.
Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen Teen Wolf, but I mean, I've got more experience with Family Ties. Did you sit there and watch that show?
Oh yeah, I watched
Oh my
it.
God,
He was
man.
a good conservative.
Yeah, he's
his family,
Yeah,
his
he's-
parents were a bunch of fucking Dems, and he's a conservative. I think it was great, man.
funny. Yes, very funny.
You know, the whole show. When we got our Samsung TV, Samsung has their own built-in TV network where you can have some of their sponsored channels, and Family Ties was on there, and they had one channel where it just played. When I say they have their own sponsored channel, they have like one show, and they play like 50 shows on that one channel, and they're all just consecutive, different.
Right. So you
Different
just let it roll.
seasons.
Just let it roll. Right.
Yeah. So let's hear
Let's
this
hear
and see what it
this, hear this
says.
song.
Come and knock on my door.
No, that's Three's Company, you jackass. It's on mute, Mr. Pierce. There you go.
We need to do another theme.
I do like this
We need
show.
to do another TV theme song.
We do.
episode.
That's such a fun episode when we do that.
I always read that she never wore underwear.
Justine Bateman.
What the
Yes.
hell? What kind of articles are those?
She was cute.
She never wore underwear because she didn't want panty lines.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I don't want panty lines either, but I mean, come on.
He looks like a dick.
Are these people alive?
Yeah, they're all alive.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Justine Bateman. She was cute.
I heard she did porn.
Tina
What?
Yothers?
Tina did?
Would you stop it? Are you kidding?
Was that like the dude from
you making
Screech?
this up?
The Screech from
No, Screech did.
Screech did.
Yeah, he did the old.
He
Hold
died of
on.
lung
Are you being
cancer, too.
serious? Tina
No,
Yothers?
Tina Yothers did something strange. I don't know if it was porn, but
God, that was
Oh,
so...
dude, that is such a stretch. You can't just say
I
that.
know. You can't throw
Well,
that out there.
well,
Just-
she doesn't wear underwear, and
That-
she did porn.
that taints
and
everything.
he had the smallest penis in the Guinness Book of World Records.
What a great
and-
point,
Yeah,
Sean.
what the hell?
No.
Where do
Here
you
we
come up
are.
with
Here
these
we are
factoids?
reminiscing, and you're like, she didn't wear underwear.
well,
She
that was
did
true.
porn. She
That
did
was
porn.
true.
And then he said he's a dick.
Oh,
Did I hear him say
that's the
that?
guy that brings a
About
fucking
the
Cincinnati
father?
Bengals T-shirt to the podcast. I mean, it's something
Did
that's
I
never
hear-
accomplished anything.
Did I hear him say that about the father? He's a dick.
no, I said he looks like a dick.
He
Well, he
looks
did.
like a dick. What is
He did.
wrong with
He
you?
did. Well,
He
he did.
did. He
Sean
kinda
agrees.
did.
He
Were you
did.
beaten by your father
sorry.
while the show was on?
Go
Whenever-
to your room, you son of a bitch. You can't watch Family Ties.
Yeah.
What would you do,
God.
baby?
No, we never watched this as a family. I watched it. I don't know how the hell I watched it. It
Oh
may
my
have been-
God! I used
Heck.
to. It was one of these little selfish moments that I'd have. I don't want to say selfish. Just one. Well,
What year was
Well,
this
you,
on?
no, you have a lot of those. It's okay.
Oh,
it was in the
God.
80s, so the
You know,
84,
you-
83.
Up there, Who's the Boss? And one of the girls, the Alyssa Milano was in that. Did you see the
Oh,
bullshit
yeah.
she went through?
Oh,
Where
what?
she
She didn't wear underwear.
Well, I don't know about
She didn't
that.
want panty lines.
Well, she on Twitter says, I just turned in my
Oh
Tesla.
God, what an idiot!
And I bought myself a Volkswagen.
And fucking Elon Musk
Everyone
responds
jumped
back.
on him.
Elon Musk chimes in and says, "Hey, thanks for the purchase."
Well, no. No.
Okay, hold on,
Everyone
yeah,
jumped
finish
in
this.
and says, well, you realize Volkswagen was started by the Nazis.
Nazis.
Yeah, but you know what? That's wrong. You know, it's wrong. They shouldn't say that
Well, they
because
did.
Okay,
Germany.
first off, the whole thing is wrong. Her being all virtuous and like selling her Tesla because she hates Elon Musk because he's trying to force free speech. You know,
Right.
I mean, come on, shut up.
Yeah.
And
She's on the wrong side here.
And there's a screenshot out there of all her tweets. So there's like 8 of them praising Elon Musk
For how? Yeah.
for Tesla and how she tells her kids how great Elon Musk is.
Right.
And now she's like, you're the devil and the Antichrist and
Yeah.
you're going to
because
hell.
he purchased Twitter and because he's
For
enforcing
free speech.
free speech.
Right.
I mean, come on, it's ridiculous.
You know, it's insane. I'm excited about what he's doing with Twitter, and I'm excited about him shaking up everything. And this is going to be a little bit bigger. There is more news. For the date of this podcast, it's December 7th. So by the time you hear this, it might be February, March. I don't even know.
There's going to be Twitter scandal after Twitter's
He was saying that
yeah.
there is a lot of stuff going on that is going to be released. And
Oh yeah.
you know, I don't know exactly what is good, but I will
Yeah,
tell you
what
that
do
what has
we
been
think it's
released
gonna be,
thus
though?
far is that they were actively suppressing.
Or they're working with the Biden campaign.
They were working with the FBI
That
weekly
to suppress the Hunter Biden thing.
to
Well,
suppress anything that looked bad on the Biden administration.
Oh,
So you
my
had Joe
God.
Rogan about 8 weeks ago. Joe Rogan had interviewed Mark Zuckerberg. And Mark Zuckerberg was kind of like, you know, he that's the mind.
Can we help
I'm
you?
just smelling it.
What the hell?
What is that? No. So he's Mark Zuckerberg was talking with Joe Rogan, and he
Smells
was
good.
explaining his involvement with the FBI and the 2020 election.
Great.
And he was just like, well, you know what? Here's the deal. We took a different path that Twitter took, and how he knows what that path is, you know, makes me kind of wonder.
They're
How do you know?
buddies.
Why are you saying you took a different path?
They're buddies.
How do you know?
Oh, they're all buddies.
Of course they are. But I mean, that's just the whole thing is that how do you know? So this was all anticipated and they knew it. And that's the reason why Mark Zuckerberg got on the Joe Rogan show is because he wanted to get ahead of it because
wanted to
he
get in front
knew
of
the
it.
shit,
Oh, it's
shit
com-
was hitting the fan.
This
And he
stuff's
says,
gonna bust, man.
I took a different route than Twitter did. And he was like, you know, we had the FBI that were queuing us in and said that, well, you know what, there is susceptible doubt. There's a reasonable doubt that there's some Russian interference with this, and we want you to be vigilant on how you handle that.
But they didn't prove any evidence.
Zero.
It's all fake. It was all fabricated.
Correct.
By the FBI.
And that's what Twitter was going through. They're like, well, they're saying this, but we've gotten zero proof, but we're going to do it anyway.
I mean, who says no to the FBI, right?
I would.
Well, but
I'm just saying.
what they're talking
Especially
about,
when it aligns
some of
to what
the-
you're wanting to
the
do
new
as well.
information that they're about to put out is got to do with the original dossier.
Yeah.
And the
It's about
suppression
bringing
of that
down Trump.
information.
Trump was a threat.
You know.
He was a political threat. So they all aligned and colluded.
Well, you know, you're not a government entity is not allowed to
Not allowed
at all to work with a public
Well,
company like that.
You saw the
The
latest.
FBI is in trouble, guys.
Well, you saw the latest that the lawyer who was vetting all of the
Oh,
Twitter
yeah.
file stuff
yeah.
was an ex-FBI lawyer, and he was deleting all the associations with the FBI before they released it.
I did not hear this.
And he just got fired like the other day
dude.
because it came out that he was deleting all the FBI associations before he handed it over to this Matt DeLeby or whatever his name was.
Wow. The rot that has infiltrated the FBI.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't with the
Is-
FBI anymore.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just saying.
He
had
came from the
relationships
FBI.
That's
with
what I'm
them.
saying. He came from
He
the
came
FBI,
from the
which means
FBI.
the rot in the FBI.
Well, I'm
is,
sure he retired from the FBI to get
pervasive.
hired on there for a reason. He said, "Hey man, you're about to retire. Tell
Yeah.
you what, here's a new job. You're our new analyst, and you're going to be the liaison between Twitter and the FBI."
and you're going to further the cause.
Correct.
Yeah, there you go.
Correct.
You're going to further the cause. More importantly,
Here's a T-shirt work. Hashtag
I
stay
mean,
woke.
how is it
Yeah.
possible
Here's
that
some
all
blue
of
chips.
these people have infiltrated all of these agencies? And
Well, that's what I asked earlier. I think
I mean,
off
this
the
is
air,
unbelievable.
I was like, how did the Democrats get all these people in all of these key positions in all these agencies?
to influence and permeate rot.
I think it's like you said, it's the long game.
Long game.
They've run the school boards, they've run the city councils, the cities, not everyone, but the state legislatures, the small governments, and there are these agencies, the heads of these agencies at every level
and the AGs.
are in there. The attorney generals,
And
yes.
the
Absolutely.
voting. And the
don't
voting.
forget that
Yeah,
part.
so
That's huge.
they control the
The
election.
voting is the big
District
one.
They
attorney
control the
process.
election boards, right?
And even President Obama said that. He was kind of like, let's just be thankful that we're in charge of the election process.
yeah, you need to get all that shit out of there.
They have been playing an infiltration long game for a long time.
Yeah, it
And they're
needs-
beating everybody at it. They're
They
beating the
and,
Republicans at it for
and
sure.
until that
So
gets equalized,
they're-
nothing's going to change.
They're
No.
they're unveiling tons of stuff nonstop, and I think it's. I think it's great that they're doing it. I mean, I feel bad for anybody that. No, I don't feel bad for them, but
Hold on, wait. Finish your thought.
I mean, they're look. There's more to come. There's
Oh, yeah.
so much shit to come. I mean, look, Joe Rogan had on that
Wow.
was
Wow.
fuck her, man. She handled all the
Oh, I know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
the Indian lady.
Yep.
whatever. Is she Indian? I
Her
don't
and
fuck-
Tim,
well,
Tim Pool would grill the
Indians are
shit out of
considered
her.
Asian.
Yeah, whatever.
Was that the one with Tim Pool on there? And she was
Correct.
grill. Yeah, I saw that.
So
She was the one that single-handedly gave the order, right, to suppress the Hunter Biden thing.
Correct.
Sorry,
yeah,
keep
well,
going.
not just the Hunter Biden, but just anything
She ran
that
that
was
division.
left slanted.
Yeah.
She was the one that would basically just. I mean, they have control. People look. Twitter is huge.
Huge.
Anytime if you want control, you got to control the media. And we talked about this before on a podcast a year ago. How we said it was SNL, but it wasn't SNL. What was the skit?
So one on the top left.
Yeah,
the third one
top
in.
left, right there. That's a Twitter exec, Joe Rogan. What is that bitch's name?
I don't know. That's her though.
Yeah, absolutely. See if we can get some audio on her.
Failed in a couple of ways, and I want to admit that.
Failure comes with a big penalty. You're fired.
Well, this
Oh,
is edited
this is
together.
Oh, this is a.
This is a meme, but
Did
Oh,
you
that-
hear?
that was funny.
Speaking of fired, did you see where the janitors of Twitter? It's a contracted company that the janitors for Twitter went on strike and they were protesting and they wanted more money. So
Twitter, okay.
So Elon Musk fired them on the spot.
Yeah, I would have.
They're out front of Twitter, picketing and everything, and they're like, "You're fired. We're done."
Yeah.
Immediately.
You know why? Because there are 100 janitor companies standing behind them that would take that job.
So now the state's looking at him to make sure that he didn't break any laws.
Oh.
dude,
Well,
they're-
see, now that
the
well,
state's
they're going
behind
after
them doing all kinds of shit.
Well, they're going after Elon Musk, period, because
Now
of
they
what
got beds.
what he's doing. Oh yeah, the latest thing is San Francisco has launched an investigation into allegations of bedrooms being set up in the Twitter headquarters.
Is that illegal?
And then Elon Musk is like, well, I mean, is it wrong to let people who have worked their asses off to let them rest and nap? And then all sorts of people came out of the woodwork. All companies are doing that now. All companies should do that now to let employees that are overworked rest and nap. And I mean, so this is backfiring in San Francisco's face. But my point is, they're doing it simply because they are angry at Elon Musk.
Oh, they can't handle it.
It's
They
total
can't.
bullshit.
Well, they can't handle. They lost an arm of the media. Is
They
what
did
They lost.
a big one.
Huge one.
And the thing is, the media relies on Twitter for their news
Right.
because you see all these articles of just stupid tweets. That's the whole article.
The
Article.
article is
somebody
said
Twitter.
something, and then all these important people are famous. Sometimes they're no-name people.
Correct.
They responded and said this on Twitter.
Well, they used to.
like,
They used
what?
to show how many people liked it or retweeted it.
No, they don't even bother.
They don't bother because it was called out that one person liked it. You've been digging so hard to find the tweet you wanted by some no name.
Well, of course
like
you're going
me.
to find it.
Like me, I posted something, but no one paid attention to it. But they found it and they posted it in their news story.
Right.
Well, see, this is the consensus. Well, no, it's just me
Right.
being a dick.
Somehow this becomes a story.
Correct. And it is. That's what happened.
Amazing. Anyway, I think they're deliberately going after Elon Musk, and
Hardcore.
and his response was great. He was like, yeah, 7-year-old girl gets shot and killed in some park in San Francisco, and this is what you're focused on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you come back
San
with that?
Francisco-
Kiddos.
Yeah, San Francisco is falling apart.
Yeah.
Completely falling apart.
It's a cesspool down there with all the
Companies pulling out.
Well, I mean,
mean-
nobody wants to stay there. I mean, it's a beautiful region to exist in, and they're
Beautiful.
killing it with. They're killing it.
Crime.
I mean, there's a
crime.
bunch of people. I mean, they're paying people. I mean, they had a story. I don't even know where I watched it, but there was a guy that was talking. He was homeless in San Francisco.
Okay.
And he was like, "Dude, I make like $700 a month from the government.
Right.
I just like get my check and my PO box,
And-
$700.
And I'm good.
Yeah.
That's good. That gets me fed. I can
eat every day.
I can do whatever I want. I could poop right here.
Yeah. He's like, man,
I can poop on Nancy Pelosi's driveway.
I can do
Yeah.
whatever I want. I get $700 a month, and I can do whatever I want. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit.
There's no incentive
And
to do
if I
anything.
want to steal this, if I want to go into this gas station, and I want to
Just
steal
steal
some
food?
shit off the stuff, well, people started getting fucking sick and tired of it. What did they do?
Yeah, I mean they start hiring.
Well, that's what happened out in Philadelphia,
armed
right?
guards in Philadelphia.
Well, that's what happened in Philadelphia. The guy hired guys, and they're carrying AR-15s.
Huge.
I love it.
And they're walking around with their bulletproof vests on and their AR-15s across their chest,
I love it.
just walking around.
Oh,
People, you know
and
what?
good.
People
And
are tired of it.
Fox News was interviewing some of those one of the leaders of it. It says, "Hey man, we're not security guards. All right, let's just get this clear. We're a state-funded agency.
Start over. Who are these people?
Well, the people that are running that gas station, the people that are securing that gas station,
Oh, okay.
are
Got you.
part of the system. So when they said they're not a security guard, that's
For the first time in 30 years, the Pennsylvania State Senate is moving forward with articles of impeachment, this time for the liberal DA, Larry Krasner.
Different subject, but yeah, Larry Krasner is terrible.
Yeah, you can close that. But yeah, so the article we're looking at is, they're here. Here is an AR laden security officer protecting the gas station. I don't
Yes.
blame him.
So scroll down. There's a better picture
I mean, something's got to give.
right there.
yeah. There's so basically what this guy was saying is, look, you know what, you got security officers that work the mall and thing, and when shit hits the fan, you know, they may have a gun, they may not have a gun, but their job is basically to call the local authorities and have them move in. It's like, we are the local authorities. We have the capabilities and authority to arrest them on the spot and take action. So if they come in here and they start stirring up a mess, they're going to be sorely misunderstood.
Okay, so play that out, right? So let's say somebody does, they've had these mob attacks, right, where they tear up these.
So there's
Or they go in
And then what? And
So-
they start shooting at them.
Well, that's what I mean. So
No.
there's two guys out there, and then all of a sudden 20 teenagers, 20-year-olds come
Attack
in there.
the-
what do they do?
They shoot them all.
Do they just slam the
look,
shit out of
Imagine
those
how that
people?
plays out.
Listen. Have you ever seen videos of these little piss ants that they go up there? They're all fucking cocky. They got a gun. They get up in front of somebody. So all of a sudden, someone disarms them and body slams them on the ground. They start squealing like fucking pigs.
I know.
Yeah.
Like little kids being
they
fucking.
scatter like cockroaches.
Oh my god! Yeah, fuck them. You know, it only takes a few people to stand up to them to squash the efforts.
While
you know?
I understand what you're saying, I'm just playing this out where somebody gets shot dead. That's not gonna end well.
Well, it's not going to end well, but if you want to go all Kyle Rittenhouse and make life right, so be it.
I'm with you.
You know what? Because here's the thing: you can't. there needs to be a threshold.
I agree.
And if you cross the line,
Enough.
there needs to be some repercussions.
Enough.
And it's just like, hey, look, man, here's what the deal is. This is the new Philadelphia. All right? There's a new mayor in town, and Reggie Hammond is his name. What was that? Remember that movie?
I don't know.
Is that 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy and
yeah,
Nick,
yeah,
Nick
yeah.
Nolte?
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
But it's true.
It's
I mean,
true. People have had enough, guys.
Dude,
They've had enough.
seriously, nobody wants it. The businesses don't want it. The businesses are disgusted.
They're having to close down in a lot of places.
Everywhere. And it's killing them. I mean, there are franchises that are dying.
Well, Walmart has come out and says if the thefts don't get curtailed, we're going to start closing stores and costs will be going up.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it works.
Yeah. They're going to close stores and costs will be going up.
And people need to say, I've had enough.
Wow, my bag of Doritos used to be $2. Now it's $2.25.
Right.
$2.50.
Right. Because we're not cracking down on crime.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
You know what we could do is encourage more criminals to attack stores when it's shop with cops day.
Right.
Did you guys hear about this? So this guy decides to rob a store on the worst day ever. It was shop with cops day, and inside the store there were over 40 sheriff deputies shopping. And I think the idea was you shop with a cop for charity, right? I think it's a charity thing. Anyway, so he decides to burglarize the store when there's 40 sheriff deputies, and they just kind of like, yeah, you're under arrest.
They just immediately give up.
I don't know exactly how it played out, but I think it was kind of like, yeah, I'm screwed. I picked a bad day to rob this store.
Right. Well, there's another one. Yeah, that's terrible. Walk in. That's just bad luck, right?
It's bad luck.
So there's another
that
one.
was a Walmart store. I mean,
was it a Walmart?
Yeah. So it says he must have not gotten the memo. A Florida man was arrested in Walmart in St. Cloud, Florida, according to a Thursday Facebook post from the county sheriff's office. Call it a case of terrible timing. Apparently, this individual picked the worst possible day to do a wrong. A shop with a cop event helping families in need, but by necessities with the help of police officers. Yeah, seriously, we just can't make this shit up. Begins the sheriff's office news release. Brad decided to steal from good neighbors and partners at the Walmart in St. Cloud while we were conducting the Shop with the Cop event with the children of our community, says the Facebook post. Bad news, Brad. You know, essentially, so the agency goes on to explain, full of deputies, close to 40 of them, on top of the folks from the forensics and community services teams, and even the sheriff's Marcos Lopez himself. So it's a bad idea, Brad. Repeats the post, which shows the cuffed guy with the handcuffs on and stuff, looking all glum.
Yeah, there's a better one. Go ahead.
Well, there's another one where there's actually video of this.
This is horrible.
There's a guy who decides I don't know where this was at. It looks like in some store or some conference room, like in a Kroger or something like that. And he decided to rob a concealed carry class. So there's video in the
just
class.
Let that soak in for a second. Let's rob a classroom full of people who have guns.
Yeah, so there's video of them inside the room, and I really didn't I watched that part. It was fast, and then there's video of the guy exiting the building, and I guess they called the cops.
How long ago was this?
It's within the last week is when I saw it. He robbed a concealed carry class.
Yeah, just put in concealed class robber.
Man tries to rob concealed carry class, is shot by everyone.
Yeah.
It says,
well, there's footage.
He was
my
shot by
God.
everyone.
Gets shot 14 times.
Yeah, there's footage that he exits the building. There he is, right there. Look at this. What an idiot. He's trying to rob, right?
Oh, this guy's
so there's a guy that's
quite possibly the dumbest person on the planet. This is we're watching a video of a concealed handgun class.
And
the cops
and they
show
call
up.
the cops on him because he was trying to steal stuff out of their bags or something.
Yeah.
That was kind of
Okay,
weird.
this guy's a moron.
Is he shot at that time?
No. You see the guys come out of the class. And they're
So
all
the guy
this,
comes
Look
out.
at him. Oh, no. Oh, they convert. Oh, he starts punching the cops.
he beats the shit out of the lady cop.
Oh, no.
Look at
and then look at all these
four
guys. Oh,
4 of
no.
them, all armed.
And they unload on him?
Oh, dude, 14 14 holes.
Oh,
What did you
wait.
think was going to happen?
I hate to laugh. This guy's the biggest idiot on the planet.
Yeah.
And so they stopped the video, right? They're not showing us when they get
actually
shot.
dying. It's like the second right before they start.
He punched. Oh, he way. And
but
they
look at
unload
them
on
and
him.
come in. I mean, he hits one cop, hits the other police officer, and you have
Oh,
4
no,
armed
no.
concealed handgun guys,
Plus
and you
the
can
cop.
see it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And then the cop unloads on him too. There's one cop on the ground.
Okay, he is
I want to hear what this cop is saying.
Yeah, the guy's stupid.
unbelievable.
Look
yeah,
at
this,
Archie Bunker
this
picture
is
down there.
100% Darwinism right here.
Firearm to the ground, Officer Wynn and 3 employees of the business discharged their firearms, striking Mr. Payton.
Repeatedly.
Officers
14
immediately
times.
summoned medical personnel, but Mr. Payton succumbed to his injuries at the scene.
You think?
The class
How many people do you know can get shot 14 times and survive?
Well, come on.
What an
What an
idiot.
idiot.
Yeah, no sympathy. Sorry, no sympathy. I don't know if he has mental illness or what, but yeah, that's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's else pretty stupid. Me, I went shopping this past week, and I went and bought. I bought a jacket. I bought a jacket, a winter jacket. I kind of like spurged a little bit. I went
It's
to
like a
Kohl's.
ski jacket. It's like
I bought some stuff I needed. I mean,
It's
I
one
don't
of
know.
those ribbed ones.
it was
Whatever.
ribbed.
It's a jacket. I
Like
got
a
2
condom.
jackets. I got one for really cold and one for cold. And they
Was it
were
a Magnum?
60% off. They weren't condoms, Jeff. They were just
Well,
Are you-
Paul
are you-
said ribbed.
Are you getting into the thing where it was on sale?
it was on sale.
Okay, yeah, but more than 0 is more than 0.
Hold
like,
on. What do you, hold
did
on.
you really need a?
Oh, hold on. The Mr. Producer's pointing out the man tries to steal pistols from but
Oh, he's trying to
stabs a cop.
What?
So he stabs the cop.
Oh,
during
is that
the
what she was
process.
doing?
Oh no!
She gets
Oh,
stabbed?
it's over when he's stabbing people.
Hey,
No wonder they shot him.
Wow. All right.
All right. Anyway, so you bought a ribbed.
Well, look, I bought some stuff. I bought a couple jackets.
body
I was
jacket.
thinking, they were on incredible discount, 60% off. Fucking yeah, I'm gonna buy them. So I buy them. I come home and I have, at Kohl's or some similar stores like that. They give you
Loyalty
a
points.
receipt, and then they also give you there's an extra little printer there, and it prints off like little discount coupons.
Yeah.
Well, I got this little coupon, and I see 20% off. Well, that's like the little section. I also see Kohl's Cash, which I didn't really look at because I think it's just some stupid advertisement.
Right.
My wife looks at it and says, "Oh my God, you got $90 Kohl's Cash." And then she processed
Oh,
that
no.
extremely quick, and she was like, "Wait a minute."
She started asking questions.
Math.
How much did you spend there?
Oh shit!
She could calculate pretty quick, I'm sure.
Dudes like
Busted.
us moment for sure. I'm sure the dudes like us out there that have
Yeah, we all
go
go
out
out.
and you splurge a little bit on yourself, and you're thinking, hey man, I'm getting a really good deal. I need some jackets. I'm gonna take care of this. It's a good opportunity to do it because it's half off, more than half off. However, when you're handing your wife the coupon that you get for that purchase,
you're like, look, honey, I got 90 Kohl's bucks.
Here, you can have it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can buy like a nice
like
coat,
bralette.
like a perfume.
Perfumes or
I
a
bought
belt.
this ribbed jacket for you.
Yes, it's made out of lambskin.
It's made, and we can be in it together. So if you're wondering why Sean's not responding, he says in an emergency fashion, he got sprung out of his chair. I'm assuming to go relieve his bladder.
Or take a crap because he has been like sharding all night.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Great.
I don't know.
Anyway,
But yeah, the
yeah, he's got a wise, eagle-eyed wife.
oh yeah, she picked up on that pretty quick.
Oh yeah, she's a tax person.
Yeah.
She is accustomed to looking at details.
I think my wife would notice that too because she shops at Kohl's. And
Really?
she knows what Kohl Cash is and how much you spend. If I brought one home that had $90 or $100 on it, she'd be like, "Wow."
She'd been like,
I think she would have done the quick math too.
yeah. We're commending your eagle-eyed. Welcome back to the podcast.
Everything
by the
came
way.
out all right.
I had to pee, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. We're so
Good.
your eagle-eyed wife. Yeah, she's a tax person. She's very detailed oriented. She knows exactly
And she
what's
caught you
going on.
red-handed.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
I go to Kohl's because it's convenient. It's right up the street.
It is right
and
down the street.
Every time I go there, they always print off a shitload of little coupons and stuff, and I always leave them laying around. I never really think if it's a big deal, but this is the first one I've ever came or walked away with that said Kohl's Cash. And it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
I
busted.
didn't know.
You know
Now I
when
know.
you know so Kohl's also does that Amazon return.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
they do.
awesome.
I do it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
exactly where I go.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm going to return, I mean that was a brilliant play.
Because those kids don't care. I'm returning this.
Oh yeah.
Zip, zip, zip. All right.
Oh yeah. Beep beep. Boom boom.
Here's your
I mean,
receipt.
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, right? And I always return things that are legitimately being returned. It's not like I'm pulling parts out of it and then giving them partial parts.
So you
back.
don't order like, when you're having a big dinner, you don't order a bunch of place settings of plates and then return the plates once you're done?
No, I don't do that.
Oh.
But what's funny is, they go zip zip beep beep beep, and then they give you a coupon that if you shop in the store right now, you get 20% off.
Right.
Whatever. It's brilliant. It's actually brilliant.
Yep.
I mean, they are creating so much foot traffic.
Well, Amazon's probably paying them to do this.
Oh, of course.
And then
That
plus the
and-
extra sales.
Well, and you guys have seen on Amazon where you can return things. Is Whole Foods? No, Whole Foods is one
Well,
of
they
them.
own Whole Foods.
Okay, well, Whole Foods is one of them. Okay, and then Kohl's, and then there's another like a UPS store.
You can do it at some UPS places.
Yeah, I mean, it tells you where you can return it, and convenient. It's super convenient. I
It
mean,
is.
Amazon's big and awesome and successful for a reason.
Did you see Whole Foods has decided to stop carrying Maine live lobsters?
Oh, did they took
What
a
is that all
hit?
about?
Ooh, they took
the
a hit on this one.
The environmentalists got to Amazon
They shamed them.
and basically Whole Foods dropped lobster from Maine.
And then shortly after,
A week-
Biden had a lobster dinner.
Yeah, a week later, Biden had a big lobster dinner.
Right. Well, and then the people from Maine, like lobster families and generations of
They're like,
lobster
"What the fuck, man?"
farmers. Yeah, they were like, "You're making an ignorant decision. Like you're you're basing this on woke mob, bullshit."
Well, they're saying that right whales are being killed or have the potential to be killed by the nets, and all the lobster men were like, "There hasn't been a right whale sighting in this Boston area
See, that's
in ever."
total bullshit. It's total bullshit that a company cannot do their homework and make a decision like that.
Right.
That
And they did it.
can affect the livelihoods of so many people. It's not right.
Well, my question is,
There's people that have been working in that Boston region as lobsters for, like you said, multi-generational.
Generational.
And
they take care of it so it continues to produce.
Yeah.
So they're some of the biggest environmentalists out there because
Oh,
they're not
absolutely.
going to want
have
to
you
trash
seen
the
videos
area.
of these
Of
guys
course.
when they bring up they know what males and female lobster look like, and when they pull them out of the baskets, they're like, oh well, this is obviously a female. And plus, in addition to that, they look at the tails. The tails are marked, so they earmark the tails with a little triangular cut.
Okay.
Then they put them back in because they want to take healthy males.
Yes.
They've got lobsters are amazing. They fucking live forever.
Right. They want sustainability.
Yeah,
Correct.
and so they
So
they
do the
take
fisheries,
those guys,
the fishermen.
and
I
if
mean,
they're
sustainability.
above a certain size, they put them back in because those are the guys that are going to be producing the offspring.
Correct.
And anytime you got some lobsters in there that have eggs on there, they pull them out and they put them back in. Those are the lobsters. Fishermen are they called fishermen?
Lobstermen.
Lobstermen.
Oh, they
That
called
doesn't sound right.
lobstermen?
They're called lobstermen.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
sounds
Well,
odd.
I mean, fishermen, lobstermen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whalemen.
Whalemen.
Do they say whalemen? People who hunt whales for a living?
You know what's weird?
Are they
I heard a
shrimpermen?
comedian talk about this. And I was
Shrimpmen?
fascinated
Shrimp-
by the conversation that he was having. The comedian was talking about different types of animal shit that represents different types of scenarios.
Like
he was
square and round, and we.
no, just kind of like
Like the wombat has a cube shaped shit.
No, no, more like when you get angry, you get ape shit, and if you're stupid, you're a dumb shit. If you're scared and you don't want to do something, you're chicken shit. And
Right.
if You know, if you don't want to do anything,
right.
then you don't do jack shit.
Right.
You know, and there's just like
If
all
you're an
these
asshole,
different.
you're dog shit.
Yeah, you dog shit, and there's like then you stupid shit. That's just I
Right.
thought that was funny.
And
as
everything
fuck,
is
man.
bullshit.
Everything's
everything's
bullshit.
bullshit.
No kidding. You're right. Animal shit. Yeah, that's a very good
and not
point.
just, but there's more than that. There's like bat crazy shit, and just
Oh, bat shit. Yeah, there's bat
That
shit.
crazy.
bat shit crazy.
That's a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
just thought that was funny. That's kind of really. You talk about lobstermen and fishermen. I was just like, whatever, man. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just
I'm
the
still
outcome.
waiting to find the animal that makes a dodecahedron.
Dodecahedron shaped shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
We talked
That's
about
the
cubes.
platypus.
We talked about round. Wasn't there an animal that produces a spherical poop?
Round poops? That's like
those
deer.
rabbits and deers.
There we go. Pellets.
Yeah, they're pellets. They're like
I don't
Like
know.
BBs.
They don't shoot out there like that.
it's like
Yeah, they
lead,
do.
lead
No, no,
sinkers.
Get down! Get down!
It's like a pellet gun.
All right, so that's an interesting shape. The
Dodecahedron.
dodecahedron.
It's hard to say. Dodecahedron.
Dodecahedron.
So what sided is that? That's a 10-sided.
Yeah, that
No, it's a
particular one
12-sided.
is.
That's
but
a
you know what-
12-sided. That's
What's
a 12-sided
amazing is
die.
they founded some dodecahedrons in the Egyptian pyramids when they were pulling out from the tombs of.
Here we go.
No, I'm just saying that they came out with these interesting things. They were kind of they had circles in each one,
in the
and
jungles.
they didn't know what they were doing because instead of having in case you guys don't know, just imagine like you get like Dungeons and Dragons, a bunch of dice,
Yes.
and
Like a
this is
dice.
a 10-sided dice essentially.
Yeah, this is a
And-
12-sided. The one we're looking at.
12-sided.
Maybe the Egyptians were playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Maybe they.
Maybe they were, but these were ornamental. They were ornamental, so they
I'm
were.
gonna be a
They were
paladin.
circles in the planes of each of the sides. So, but there weren't any. Anyways, nobody knows what they were for. Is my point.
Well, the crystal skulls.
Oh, stop it! Stop
What?
it!
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, I know what you're getting at, but I find it fascinating that there are a lot of these the geometrical shapes in. I'm fascinated
Yes,
that
it is fascinating.
in the past that even
Well, those
the-
shapes existed back then too.
Well, of course they did, but they people don't recognize that because people think, oh my God, they don't know what a fucking wheel is. They didn't even invent the wheel. They couldn't do anything. The fucking wheel has been there forever. It has nothing to do with the wheel. It's people like look at shit. Oh, well, that's fucking round. It
No,
rolls.
they didn't have social
Yeah.
media back then. So how did they know anything?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get me the fuck out of
I
here.
see where you're going with that. They definitely for ancient empires, ancient civilizations, they do not give them anywhere near enough credit.
Well, they just had
I mean,
different
they-
technology. I mean, they didn't have electric technology, but they had other shit to get stuff
Well,
done.
the
They
amazing
were
thing
coming up
about
with star
the-
charts. They were coming up with star
Exactly.
charts
Right.
where
So, like-
they could predict exactly the configuration of the stars and the constellations 1,000 years from now.
Oh, I mean, look at Christopher Columbus coming into
Using the sextant.
well, exactly. So
Oh.
when he came to the United
We don't
States,
say that evil name.
when
What, sextant?
Well, when
he said
Christopher
Christopher
Columbus
Columbus.
came into the United
Can't
States,
say
or
that
the North America,
When he invaded.
he had met the Indians, and he was like, "Hey, man, we got to go back. We got to go back to Europe," and they didn't have enough food, and so there was a tribe there, and he was like, "Hey, man, we have to go back, and we need some food. Can we have some food?" And they were like, "No, man, we make just enough for us. So sorry." It was like. Back then, he had enough knowledge that there was a blood moon that was about to happen. He's like, if you don't give me your
Christopher
food,
Columbus.
Is if you don't give us food to go back to our home,
Your moon was going to turn blood
I'm
red.
going to turn the moon. There was an eclipse, and then the moon turned blood red. And sure enough, within a week's time, the fucking moon turned blood red, and there was an eclipse, and those motherfuckers
was an
gave
omen.
him the food, and he left.
And so they starved because they didn't have enough.
Whatever, man.
They
But
did.
you get my point,
Whatever,
right?
Whatever.
Well, I mean, he's an asshole from that perspective, because I mean, he took advantage of that. Fuck, they could have gone out there and fucking killed 25,000 deer. I mean, shit, they had. I mean, come on, this is the United
know.
States. There was the North America. There was all kinds of shit they could have done, but. I mean, it is sharp and smart from his point. Where
Where did you hear this? On one of your shows that you watched?
This is
From your Indian friend?
Denasi, the black guy. The oh man,
Your Indian
Tom
friend.
Denassis. What is his name?
Denassus. Degrassi?
Degrassi. There you go.
Degrassi. Yeah. He just invented the Degrassi counter.
No, what I'm
Correct.
saying is that it's Neil deGrasse Tyson is his name,
Correct.
and he was he did some interview and he was talking about history. He was talking about how exactly like technology and you knowing shit about the stars and how you can influence it. He was talking about how Christopher Columbus. It was like, man, a lot of people think of Christopher Columbus as this and that and this and that. I think of him as kind of an asshole. And they were
He's
like,
an asshole.
well, what say you? Why do you think he's an asshole? And it was like, well, he fucking didn't have enough food, and he kind of explained the story of what happened, and that's kind of what we're talking about. Is you were saying that back then they were astrologically inclined. They knew. I mean, fuck, they would take a boulder and they would core drill a hole so that when you were sitting inside the middle of this Stonehenge structure ish, that you would have all these little holes that you can see.
Right.
Oh, well, there's the North Star. I could sit in
Right.
this one spot, and I could see
Right.
this. I could see that. I could see this.
But only twice a year.
only twice a year.
And then you can have a ceremony around
You can
twice
have
a
the-
year
the
when you
twice a
can
year.
look through that hole
And there it
and
is.
there's that star.
And it's
Amazing.
it is absolutely amazing. So it's amazing that they did that, one. Number two, it's amazing that they can core drill into those boulders. And to today, they don't know how those holes were made.
They didn't have like a craftsman.
They didn't have any kind of drills.
Well, they didn't have the plug-in 120-volt Milwaukee core
Well,
drill,
no,
water
they had
water
that
cooled.
other
You're
ways
sure
to
they
do it.
didn't. I mean, I'm just,
Maybe it took a week to drill that hole,
Yeah.
A week, huh?
or
yeah,
a month.
yeah. I mean, it's
Drilling
not that
through it.
hard.
They were like, "Hey, dude, your granddad's been doing this forever. Now it's your job.
Yeah.
You got to drill
Well,
this
they
fucking
did, they
hole."
didn't have
Or they just-
carbide drill bits and
Or
stuff.
they just, like, a whole bunch of people died drilling it.
yeah.
You know, I wouldn't.
Like,
I,
when they built the pyramids, like
I wouldn't
20,000
dismiss
slaves
that.
died, right?
well,
So-
who know? First of all, nobody knows. So
I
let's get
know.
that clear.
We
Well,
know.
they
Nope.
wrote it on
Well,
papyrus.
because look, they talk
papyrus-
about
papyrus
they talk about
scrolls.
the Sphinx, for example, and they're
Sure.
like, well, the Sphinx has been there for forever, even far before the pyramids, because they're saying, look, there's fucking paws on there, and they were saying, oh, there was a lion's head on that fucker thing at one time, and they switched it to a pharaoh when the Egyptians built the pyramids.
Oh.
How do
Wow.
I know this?
That wasn't well.
Yeah,
They
how-
don't. They don't know that. But what they're saying is that the erosion that is there isn't consistent with the erosion on the paws. So they're just saying it's just different.
Well,
you know.
I guess my question is, how do they know it was there before?
Well,
There's
they don't know the
no-
exact
there's no-
shape of it, but
It was all
it's
recorded.
obviously
It's all
it-
recorded on the Rosetta Stone.
On Super
it
8
was not
video.
recorded on the Rosetta Stone. That is not that case.
Oh, that's not fact.
Well, no one knows what the really facts are, but the fact is that it's some really cool shit that nobody knows.
I remember reading that the ancient Sumerians and the Assyrians, I mean, they could do geometry. Like they had mathematical complexity and forward thinking where they were doing geometry and all that kind of shit. How would they know that? They must
Well,
have
like
found
the Pythagorean theorem.
They had to
Yeah,
have found
no,
some kind of
seriously, like-
document or something.
Yeah, they must have found something somewhere that proved how the Sumerians and the Assyrians
Well, I
knew
mean,
how to
there's
do that shit.
that's what they're saying, that there's so much there. Look, it's happening today. All right, it's happening today.
I mean, your own son did took a class and passed a test.
No, okay,
it's happening today.
But I'm talking. Let's say, for example, like
Congratulations.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump
Calculus.
did the Abraham Accords, right?
Right.
All right. They are. Think about it. They're doing everything they can to take that away from him.
Yeah, they won't call it the Abraham Accords.
That's my
They
point.
call it something different.
So they call it something different. That is the exact thing that they're doing for 1,000 centuries. You know,
No, but there's no reason to take take
absolutely.
away the mathematical intelligence of the
Absolutely.
Sumerians.
But
Why?
there is no reason that we know of today. But back then, yes. They're saying that, all right, well, fucking fuck Paul. Paul came in with a bunch of shit, but you know what? He got drunk. Fuck Paul. We're going to take all everything he has. He has all these books. We're going to take all the information. Now it's our books.
You asshole!
And fuck Paul.
You're taking my ancient Sumerian books.
That's what I'm saying. This has been going on forever.
Oh, people have been screwing each other forever.
Forever.
Well,
So,
the winners get to dictate history,
That's right.
right?
You know?
That's wow. What a great, profound comment. And I'm not being a dick.
No, it's absolutely true.
Whoever persevered, whoever had the power, whoever won.
Well, that's why
Correct.
when you go into
Like
these
what you
old,
just said. Whoever won dictated how history
How it
was
Well,
happened.
written.
it's obvious when you go into some of these temples that
Yeah.
have been around for thousands of years, and you see the damages that have done on certain of the scriptures, because there's scriptures all over the temple.
Right.
Okay, and you go to this one area, and the scripture has been maimed. You know, there are pieces of the statue that have been ripped off, and the face fucked up,
Right.
and the words on. It's just like it was purposely damaged to hide what it was, what it served, and the information that it detailed.
Not to hide it, to deface it.
Well, to deface it so that it won't be recognized in the future.
Correct.
So
correct. So the Taliban are the same
Yes.
same way.
Yeah, they've been destroying a bunch of.
Yeah,
Oh
historical-
my God, it was horrible what
Yeah.
they did
Oh,
in
horrible.
Afghanistan.
Horrible.
Those 300-foot statues on that
Amazing.
mountain that they destroyed.
Because
I'm like, why?
Because it didn't stand for it. It was
It was ISIS, though. It wasn't Taliban, was it? Was
Right.
it the ISIS?
Whatever.
No, it was Taliban.
Does it
100%
fucking matter?
Taliban. Yes.
I thought it was ISIS. I was going into these old
But does
museums.
it matter? Isn't
Oh, no,
the
it
same
doesn't.
shit?
No, it was Taliban, and it was because
Well, what is the difference between ISIS and the Taliban?
not much. Actually.
They're fucking beheading
basically
cocksuckers.
ISIS
you know?
is what Taliban was in the Middle East, like in Iraq, in Iran, in Syria. You know.
Just
anyway,
new names.
Anyway,
slapped
but the
on it.
reason why they defaced it and blew it up is because it was a false god to them.
Right.
Right? False god.
But it's not a god.
Well, I
Well,
look
it
at
was in those ancient religions. It was.
I look at it this way.
And
So,
how dumb.
so
How
we're
dumb.
talking 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, right?
Right.
And they had their medium and how they recorded stuff.
Right.
Who's to say our mechanism today is going to be able to utilize in 2, 3, 4,000 years from now? What we're seeing here on a TV,
Oh, it'd all be gone.
they may not be able to read it.
Oh, it's
They may not be able to access
It's
it.
That's
easier to
true.
lose this
So
than it
Correct.
was to lose
what
what the
they're-
Egyptians
So
did.
they may look back at us and go, "How the fuck did they do anything?
yeah, but what they're doing
Right.
nowadays is
How did they build that?"
So
Right.
what some of the things that I understand they're doing. First of all, they have these vaults. I don't know how many. They have these vaults all over the world, and the vaults
Seed
house seeds
Seed vaults.
and
Well,
knowledge.
the seed vaults, yeah.
Yeah.
But my
But the
thing is,
knowledge-
how is that knowledge captured? Because
It's captured on crystal, so they are embedding it kind of like microfiche.
how are they
on-
going to in 5,000 years?
Well,
they
who
look
knows?
at that and go, "What is
Oh,
this?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, They're going to have the equipment to read it.
Yeah, they're going to know.
well-
Just like I have a slew of CD-ROMs with a bunch of
All
pictures
right,
on it. I have
let's
no way to
think of
look
this.
at them
They
anymore.
have what is the green? What is the green stone? What is the green stone called? Jade.
It's an emerald.
Emerald is one of them. Yeah.
So they have I think it was
the gem.
what is it Jade?
There's
Well,
a jade.
is
It's a
there jade?
lighter green.
So
There's
so they
also
have these discs.
Turquoise, opal.
They have these discs made out of jade. All right.
Okay.
So jade is unique for the reason that it doesn't decompose. All right. It's not like any element on the earth.
So diamonds decompose?
Whatever. Maybe other things do. But
I don't know.
What I'm
Whatever.
saying is that
Anyway, let's move on.
what they're saying is that there are things on, and I wish I had the information. I wish I could remember. I'm too drunk right now. What these jade discs have, but there's but information on them of lost my train of thought. It's just old school shit. We're talking about documenting history.
Yeah.
That's what these things are for.
It was a way to
And-
store information on these jade discs.
Yeah, and they had them. That's kind of them right
Well,
there.
well, I understand it. That's fine. But in 4,000 years, someone comes across that. What are they going to do with it?
Well, that's my point. Is that we've come across it.
Oh, so
Okay.
these are old, is what
Yes.
you're saying.
So
Oh,
we've come
okay.
across
Oh.
their archives, and these discs are supposed to represent some sort of. They're supposed to say something, and we don't know what the fuck they're saying. And so to your point is that, yeah, I get it. So we have technology. We see all these discs, and I mean, these aren't quite them. The disc I'm referring to have actually language on them, and the language has been deciphered, and they're available to look at.
It's been deciphered, so it's porn.
It's been
Ooh.
deciphered, but I
Is
don't.
it ancient porn? I
Is it
bet you it
jade
is.
tube?
Oh shit! Hold on.
That kind of looks like a vagina up
It
there.
is.
Go up, or back
That-
up.
that's a
One of
penis.
those. Back up one.
No, that's a vag.
No,
That's
it
a,
is a
that's a
vag.
vag stone.
That's 100% a badge.
Look at that.
It looks
This is
like that.
ancient porn.
Oh my god!
So after all this, it's ancient porn.
This is what we get.
I mean, what the hell?
All right, so stop.
How
All
disappointing.
right, I want you guys to look at that. Go up, go up. It's the number sky. See that ancient bronze thing? All right, you know what's fascinating about that piece
That's
right
a
there?
moon
Is
and
that
stars.
Those are bullet points.
there? All right, we're looking
Somebody shot a gun at
a metal disc that has a moon, a crescent moon,
And
and
a
a
sun.
circle, which is a sun, and
The
a
curvature
couple.
of the Earth.
Is that the curvature of the Earth?
On the right-hand side,
and a
it
bunch
is.
of stars. So in that disc, there are magnetized pieces of metal. All right. So wrap your head around that.
Okay.
Why are those pieces of metal magnetized inside that disc? What purpose do they serve?
Because it tingles the vagina.
Who knows? I mean, that's what I was trying to get to. Is we could have all of this stuff made today, but in 4,000 years, they're going to be having the same questions. Why did they do this? Right? My dog is going fucking nuts.
Well, she wants your attention.
Well, I know, but it needs to be constant at this point. I don't
I
understand
know.
why.
All right.
I'm trying to make her lay down.
Why don't you put some peanut butter on your dick?
Oh, wow. Does that work?
That'll cure that. She's
No.
like, oh shit, I get peanut butter and a dick.
Yet another reason why we don't have video.
Poor Jeff.
Yeah, I know. Poor Jeff. So the story behind this wonderful dog. So she's a
rescue.
she's a
dog.
rescue, and she's a rescue. Not only rescued twice because she was initially rescued by Jeff's parents. No, his wife's parents, and
In-laws,
they
yeah.
quickly realized they couldn't deal with the dog. And it's
Was it quick, or did they have her
No,
for a
she-
couple
she-
years?
It's a
They had her
beautiful
for 2 or
German
3 years.
Shepherd. She's a beautiful German Shepherd, and her goal in life is to make sure everyone that's in the circle of life.
Well, she was obviously abandoned,
is
so she's got
protected.
abandoned issues,
She does.
and
Well,
you know,
and
there's stuff going
but
on.
she's a herder. Her goal is to protect everyone within the circle. And when she senses that somebody's going to leave, and she's smart. She's smart.
Well, I think
She knows.
she knows it's about time for this
Yep.
thing to end.
She knows the podcast is about to end, and she's extremely protective of our producer, who's a young man, and she's waiting to make sure he doesn't leave because she's going to get upset that he might be injured or lost, and it's tough to deal with because she's very vocal about it.
She's very vocal, but you know,
Anyway, we
She
love
does.
her.
She talks.
It is
She
what it
talks
is.
quite a bit.
We love her.
So
She's
anyway-
a part of the podcast.
Anyway, back to the whole communication that we're trying to decipher 2, 3, 4,000 years ago. It's a challenge because when they did this, they probably thought, "Oh, this makes sense to us,"
Oh yeah.
and they'll read this in the future, and it won't be a problem. They'll understand what this is saying.
Do you really think they meant it for the future, or they just meant it for the here and now?
Well, I think it was meant to. Well, I don't know. Who knows what that says?
It's
right?
probably for the here and now.
Oh, it could be. It could be some
Well, I mean,
prayer.
let's look at like the Voynich manuscript.
I read
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah,
read
let's
that.
look at that. I'm very familiar with that one.
I finished it last night.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Again.
the
Yes.
the Voynich manuscript is a Voynich
Oh,
producer.
good Lord.
What?
You
Voynich?
you actually printed this shit out.
Oh, dude, I've got the whole. Well, I've got most of the manuscript here.
He is the
Print it
original
out.
at home.
So, well, look. Here's the thing. They got an entire book of the Voynich manuscript that is put out. That has it's basically the same thing. When I say the same thing, it's basically a ledger of stuff. It's got descriptions of plant life. It's got descriptions of animal life, mammals, and it's in a language that nobody can recognize.
Well, how do they know it's about animals and
Yeah.
There's if the
Are there
producer could pull it up,
pictures?
Voynich, Voynich, the Voynich manuscript. So it essentially they found this book. I
There it
want to
is.
say in England, and there are a bunch of
there's
illustrations.
Pictures. All right, there's pictures. There's Sasquatch.
Yeah. Looks like it.
I see Bigfoot.
And I see
No,
nude.
look,
I see
there-
nude ladies.
There's some orgy shit going on.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I told you everything revolves around sex and porn.
This is the Playboy back in the day.
Only the rich people could get this kind of porn.
But how old do they say this is? 50 years old?
No.
It turns out it's some kindergartner.
No, I mean, really.
I
how-
don't recall.
Some kindergartner
I don't
in
recall.
1919.
I want to say it's like 1,000 years old.
it looks like it's an exceptional
Quality.
quality.
It is, but it's but the type of paper that it's on and
Papyrus.
no,
Rice
it's
rice
not.
paper.
It's actually it's on.
Human
it's like
skin?
I want to say it's like sheep. It's on sheep
Sack?
ball sack or something. I don't know what it
Did you
is.
say human skin? What the hell? What kind of savage environment or society do you
But
think
look,
it came from?
look at the script. Look at the script there. The
Fuck.
manuscript with this. It says
God.
400-year-old. So there it is. Why this 400-year-old text has
No.
left academia puzzled.
Why? And tell me why. Because they knew what was happening 400 years ago.
Well, I mean
It
that's
wasn't a big
Is it
deal.
just the language they don't
well, they
recognize?
found it 400 years ago. They're not saying it's aged that 400
It
years.
looks kind of Arabic-ish.
Very
well,
Arabic.
that's just it. They've got it's a Voynich looks very very different from other languages. They haven't found any correlations with the type of consonants or vowels or
I mean, who knows?
the-
It could have
the
been some.
vocabulary.
total hoax.
It could have been It could have been.
It could have been.
It could have been some island by itself.
It could
That
have
had
been.
their own
like
language.
Easter Island or
Where'd
something.
they find
similar.
it then? Where'd they find it?
Well,
Did
what
they say
is
where
the
they
history
found
of
it?
this?
It's not like it just shows up somewhere.
I don't know, but look, that's what I'm getting to. I'm driving to that. There are artifacts out there
Yeah.
that detail history that we simply can't interpret. So Jeff
Yeah.
is nailed it. He's like, well, how the fuck are people going to interpret what the hell we've got to say
Right.
1,000 years down the road when we can't even interpret what they're fucking saying?
You
in
know
the
what?
last 1,000,
You know what?
2,000
This
years.
is making me thinking of. We had an assignment. God, I must have been in middle school. We had an assignment to take real world stuff from today, bury it into the ground, and have people 1,000 years from now dig it up and try to interpret what it is. That was an assignment we had.
You would probably put a butt plug.
No, one of mine was I did a toilet seat. Okay? I had a toilet seat. It's buried. They dug it up. And I said that the people in the future said that it was some sort of ceremonial.
Neck piece or
Yes,
something.
I did. That's what I said. In
Yeah,
my,
crazy.
we all had to be creative. Pick 3 things from this world that you
Did you get
bury.
Did you get an A?
I think I might have.
I don't think
But
you did.
seriously, that's exactly what we did. And
Seems
I
like an easy way out.
I think it's fascinating to think about, though.
Put it around the
Isn't that
head.
funny?
Is what are
I'm being
people
dead
in
serious.
1,000+ years from now going to think of what's going on now, and how will they interpret it?
Ho, 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 ho,
A
ho.
bunch of hoes?
Ho, ho,
Yeah,
ho.
we're not a bunch of
Christmas
hoes,
time.
though.
It's
Yeah.
December. It's Dudes Like Us. Another podcast. I'm excited. It's the month of December, and we're
Are you?
closing out another one.
Are you sure?
Dude, next week, we got another one coming.
Have you
Fuck
have you defucked it?
What?
Wow.
Like you reversed the fuck it?
I got to go back and listen to that podcast.
That was
Yes.
last week's.
You
That was
don't
last
remember?
week.
You were like,
Alright.
Christmas is magical. That's when kids blah blah blah. This year, fuck it.
Well, no, I was talking about I'm talking about the kids and paying them out. We'll talk about that next one because next week was different. We're gonna have songs. We're gonna be singing the whole 9 yards.
We
Dudes
are.
Like Us, December 7th. I'm Sean.
All right.
I am Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
I got $90 of Kohl's cash on this spend.
Let's go
Yeah, and your wife's
splurge.
gonna confiscate that from you.
Dudes Like Us, and don't forget our producer, Mr. Austin, back there. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Instagram. We're on Instagram.
Merry Christmas.
Bitch.